gosh, there's a zombie. Oh my goodness.
Zombie?
There's a zombie bug, see him?
What? You need to pop.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tell Pop. Step out, bro. There he goes.
Where's zombie go?
He's right there.
Okay.
See him?
I do.
See his neck?
There's zombie back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch him.
We got some great news to start the 2022 season off with. A deer that I call Zombie has made it through the winter. Last year, he was a 4.5-year-old deer that ended up getting a cyst on the side of his neck. From that point forward, after the cyst popped, his hide started to roll up around the base of his neck, and it looked like he was wearing a collar. But the rest of the deer's body looked super healthy. He was in the food plot every night, eating. We sent the trail cam pictures to a lot of different people to find out what was wrong with the deer. Everybody kind of had the same idea to see how the deer acted in person. In December, Dad and I went out on a hunt. He came into the plot. We were hoping he was going to eat for about 30 minutes, but instead he checked some does. That was the last time we seen him. We got some trail cam pictures in January that he shed his horns. Then 5 weeks ago, we were able to confirm that he had made it through the winter. We were driving out of the food plot, saw some deer across the beans, got the spot and scope out, and there was Zombie walking out of the woods.
A zombie buck?
Mm-hmm. See his neck?
Yeah.
You can't be in a Jeep
Why?
because you'll shake the camera. Well, it's day one of setting up some trail cameras. We're back here at the home food plot. I brought the backpack sprayer in also. We got this path that I'm going to spray to get to the blind in the fall. We left 6 rows of corn on the outside to help cover us to get from this side of the plot to the blind. I'm going to spray those weeds, then set up some trail cameras. We got confirmation on most of the deer from last year back here that survived, but still looking for one. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks we can get him on trail camera. Well, it is June 26th. We got about 45 minutes of daylight left. Elias and I are going to try to drive around and see some deer. It's been about 4 weeks since we last were able to go out of an evening and see some deer, and that's when we seen the zombie buck. So hopefully we're going to be able to try to find him this evening. We got our farming done, double crops around, our weeds cut, and we got a nice evening here. We're going to try to see how much these deer have grown in the last 4 weeks. Elias, you ready? Give me a thumbs up. All right, we'll see what we can find. Looks like there's something hanging off of the left side of his main beam. Dude, it looks like his G2 is broken off and is like swinging off of his main beam. Are you kidding me? No. Alright, so this sucks, but Zombie's G2 on his left side is looks like it's like broken off and dangling by some velvet. I'm gonna have to go back and look at some of the footage from a few weeks ago, but that's definitely where a G2 should be. and there's something swiveling off of his main beam. It's like 8-9 inches long. Yeah, that's definitely G2, dude. It is broken off and it is dangling by a stitch of velvet. Oh my gosh. That sucks. Oh no. Got a car coming, but yeah. The zombie has a broken G2 and it's dangling off the side of his wreck. I know I've said it a million times, but I cannot believe it right now. There he is. That is zombie. Still got that G2 just dangling off the backside of his rack. It's unreal. Alright, so we just pulled up to this bean field. He's on the opposite side of the woods he was the other night. It's 7:52, it's pretty early. And he's just out here eating in the beans. He's still got that G2 on his left side that's dangling down. It looks super weird. Another 8-pointer there. There he goes in the woods. Jeez, dude, I cannot believe that it's dangling off the end like that. That is so wild. I wonder how long it's going to take to fall off. What do you think?
I don't know.
It's literally like hanging by like a tiny piece of velvet, it looks like.
It'd be cool if you had a lot of velvet around it where it just regrew like that.
Yeah. Like if it was stuck on a bunch of like velvet and it's still getting blood to it, it might like clot up and like get hard there, but that thing is like swiveling like a swing.
Oh no.
That is not good. That is not good.
Did you get it on video?
Yeah, I did. Wow. That's wild, dude. Out here at the last plot of the day. It's getting kind of late, but we're trying to beat a rain that's forecasted for tomorrow. We're getting a lot of pictures of half rack back here. Still missing zombie and thing 1 and thing 2, but there's a lot of double crop beans that are planted around here, so I think that's one of the main reasons I'm not getting a lot of pictures of them. So this plot's going to be super important. We're going to come in like the rest of the fall plots that we've been doing and broadcast some beans on top, work them in, and then broadcast chicory, some biologic chicory over the top. And what that's going to do is help combat some of that double crop problems with those green beans. They're not going to be able to set pods, but it'll be a good green food source, and those deer love beans when they're at that early stage. So hopefully we can get this in before the rain tomorrow and start getting some more pictures. All right, harvest is in full swing here. We're cutting some beans today. Elias and I are in the tractor in the grain cart. Zombie has showed back up. It's been about a month since I've been getting him on camera. He showed back up the last couple of days. I was starting to get worried about EHD. I know a lot of people up north have been getting some signs and finding some dead deer up there, but he showed back up. Good sign he's alive. We're about a week away from season, so we're gonna be waiting on a cold front, maybe some rain to pull us out of the field, and hopefully we can get a shot at him. If you look right now, we're actually in the field that I've been getting pictures and video of him. Right there in that gap is where I got a stand hung, and where they've been cutting through quite a bit. So getting these beans cut this afternoon, and hopefully it won't change up their pattern too much, and they'll still be using that gap through the fence. All right, well, it is finally October the 1st. Elias and I are real discing here. My dad's coming in after us. He's gonna drill some wheat. Jason's cutting beans today, getting a lot of farming done. We got a good front coming in next Friday and Saturday. Deercast says great. Maybe we'll get an opportunity to slip out, but until then, we're gonna continue to try to knock out as much farming as possible so we'll be able to deer hunt when it's over with. All right, back at it tonight, trying to keep the ball rolling. Jason was able to kill his target buck, Big Brow, last night. It was a great hunt. Coming back in here tonight, this is the first sit right in this fence row gap, about 10 yards from where I shot beams last year. We harvested these beans out here and it kind of changed their pattern, so this is why I'm kind of later getting into this spot. I really thought it'd be earlier in October, the first 1 or 2 hunts that I'd be sitting here after half rack zombie or thing one, but we harvested those beans. It kind of changed patterns, and then we have literally got no rain, so my bean and chicory mix has been ate down to the ground by the deer, and there's not much food on this side for greens. But we drilled this field to wheat here after we harvested the beans. The wheat's starting to come up, so hopefully they'll start cutting back through here. We got a west wind. Deercast says good today. Hopefully we can catch thing one, zombie, or half rack. Any 3 of those bucks come cruising through here and we'll be happy with. So we're gonna sit tight here and we'll see what happens. All right, here's a scrape that zombie thing one have been using quite a bit. Every time they come through this fence gap, they've been hitting this scrape, so hopefully one of them will do it tonight. All right, headed back into the same spot tonight, the home plot. Got a front to come in this morning, and according to Deercast Maps rain gauge, dropped about 9/10 on us, so it was very much needed. Hopefully it does that wheat some good. I know that ground's gonna soak it up pretty quick. But last night we had thing one come into the plot at 2 a.m. and no sign of half rack since yesterday morning. Yesterday's hunt was pretty good, had a lot of movement. Especially for the conditions, but we're gonna go in here and try it again today. Before I left, Elias said, "Dad, you're gonna shoot zombie." And I said, "What?" And he said, "You're gonna shoot zombie." So that was just randomly a thought that ran through his head when I was getting dressed ready to go. So hope you're right, buddy, but we're gonna give it a shot tonight. Another south wind. Got a lot of good days coming up, even greats on Deercast. The next 3-4 days coming up. As long as the wind stays out of the east, we'll be good to come in here and keep giving it a shot. So here we go. Last night, zombie showed back up for the first time since October 15th, been 12 days ago. He's back in the area. Hopefully he's bedded close, but got a really good pressure tonight, 30.2. Deercast says good. Hopefully that'll get him up on his feet. I think it's been a real struggle because of the weather and how warm it's been seeing mature deer in daylight, but got a good forecast coming up. Hopefully that'll all change. One of these nights we're going to run into them. Hopefully that's pretty soon before they start expanding that home range. I think they're really starting to search for that first doe, so hopefully we can get it done tonight. Well, it is January the 8th, and I got an unfortunate Snapchat this morning from the neighbor. He was out walking his property, picking up some trail cameras, then came across a dead deer, and it was Zombie. Not really sure how long he's been dead for. In the video, you could see him walking up to him and just a bunch of bones and the head, so it looked like he's been dead for a while. Gonna go pick up my dad and go take a look at him, finally get our hands on him. Pretty disappointing, you know, for him to survive all that he's went through and throw on a pretty big rack this year and to die this way, but at the same time, you know, it's nice to have some closure. He didn't run off and die in some creek. We never find him, or somebody didn't shoot him and never hear about it. So definitely cool to be able to go look at him and finally put a closure on this deer we call Zombie. There he is. How are you guys?
Good.
What's up?
What? It is.
Yep, there he is. Got some weird stuff going on down there too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like he broke that off too, and then
He broke that one time there.
yeah, I knew he had like 4 coming off here at one point. The G2 is just completely gone all the way to the main beam.
Like it was healed over or something.
Yeah, that's wild. Huh? Look at that. How long do you think you've been dead?
There wasn't nothing left of it really.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess Dad I didn't know this, but I guess Steve had shot one in the pasture too, didn't he?
Steve shot one first shotgun season. Said he shot a decent buck. He said, you know of anybody that's got a dog?
So I just knew that his son-in-law had shot one on the other side by the railroad tracks, but it could have been him, I guess.
They run out of blood, couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Shotgun, don't know where they hit it, have no clue.
After first gun season, I didn't really hunt much. I was down here one day during second gun season, but I been down where I found them. Mine won 100 yards from one of my stands, though.
Really? That's where you said you got. Well, when did you get last pictures of him? Before
Day or
first?
two before.
After?
Day or two before gun season.
First gun season? And that was it, huh?
Yeah.
When did Steve say he shot that deer?
I think Steve shot that deer in first shotgun season.
I seen him 3 different times while hunting that week before gun season.
Really?
I bow hunted all week that week, and 3 times I seen him. One time I almost could have shot him, but
Yeah.
got by him. Then he just disappeared.